Hey, what's up? The other day, I made a beat that I hated. And there's nothing objectively wrong with it. It's just not what I was in the mood for. And that's just part of the songwriting process, right? You make stuff and you end up not liking it. So today, I'm going to show you that beat, break it down a little bit, and then show you some variants that I made as a way to kind of push myself out of the thing that I didn't like while still maintaining the integrity and general idea of the beat, just as a creative exercise to give myself more ideas and potentially keep branching out. Here goes. It's a little too daytime cop drama for me, I don't know. But there are things I like about it, and we're gonna break it down real quick. So let's just take a listen to some of the percussion. I'll take out the hats and show you the kick, and the three sort of auxiliary percussion sounds that we have going on. Some parameter locking going on here with these this track 4, which is pretty cool. It's like a little kick that I just sort of panned very sparingly. Actually, in this pattern, I only have it hitting twice. And then there's also this hi-hat. So you have a classic Daniel beat. 4 on the floor kick, lots of snare sounds, and a bright skittering hi-hat. Let me play that, take out the hats again, and here's a bass pad. And I have the sample level ducking to the quarter note with just an LFO on the downbeat. And I have these 2 trigs for the 2 notes. The main sample comes from Bath Splice sample pack, no surprises there, and it's the piano groove. It's just a phrase that repeats twice. There's 1 single trig. And you can see it's all verbed out. Put a little EQ on there. Bit reduction. No LFOs at all. It'd be fun to modulate the pitch a little to make it warbly, but I think it's a pretty sound. There it is with the main beat. And then on track 8, I actually utilized the same sample, but I chopped it all up to pieces, and I put an LFO on the sample tune and the sample start time. And it sounds like that. I actually really like everything with the main piano sample taken out. And you can bring the piano in. So it was pretty fun. Most of the time that I put into this went into programming the drums and getting that sort of ambient, chopped up piano sound. And it was a lot of fun, but I didn't love it. It didn't feel me enough. I don't know. Didn't really see it going anywhere. So I resampled. This is something I don't typically do on the Digitakt, but it's really super easy, and I'll show you really quickly how I did this after I play these patterns. But here's what I turned it into. So that phrase just repeats twice in the pattern. It's 4 pages long. And if you were paying attention, you'll notice that the only sample being used is slot 7. And it's just a resample of the entire pattern from here, where all the elements are playing separately. They're all combined into one track here. And I did this by using the internal resampling, and it's really easy. All you do is hit the sampling button, and you have to change the source using the G knob. And here you can, this is where you choose which sample source. So you can use the inputs, the main left, the main right, or the main left and right. So that's gonna sample both the left and the right outputs, basically, from the Digitakt into itself. And you just arm it, and then you hit play once the threshold is set to your liking, and it will record until you hit stop. And I'm not gonna do that now, just for the sake of space. But that's how I got this sample. And you can see it here. And what I clearly did is chopped it up rhythmically. And what it looks like in the recording grid is this. So that's just the start of the sample. And then I found random parts for like a repeat. And then what I did for the second part of the phrase is I pitched it down an octave and put notes on the downbeats and the ands. And then I took this little, this last step on 15 to do 2 octaves up plus 1 cent apparently, to do a delayed and reverb little splash at the end, as sort of a indicator that the phrase is ending and turning around. So yeah, that was super fun. I challenged myself to just take that beat, resample it, and chop it up a bunch. And do I like this? Am I going to turn this into something? Probably not, but it sounds cool and it was fun to do. Guess what I did after that? That's right, I resampled that chopped up beat and I just put 1 trig down on this track and I pitched it down a little bit. Pitched it down 5 semitones. And I think this is pretty sick. Am I going to do anything with this? Probably not. But does it sound cool? Yeah, absolutely. And it was fun, and it had me utilizing a tool that I never use on the Digitakt, which is the internal resampling. So we go from here. To here. And you might notice that there's a tempo shift as well, because once I took this, resampled it and pitched it down, because the Digitakt doesn't time stretch the cadence, the tempo, is obviously going to be slower. So I just tapped it in as this was playing. And then I lined up 2, let's get to the actual track. Yeah, I lined up 2 trigs to match the tempo. Really cool, simple way to sort of break down and potentially fix your beats or potentially ruin them even more. But that's what's so great about samplers, and samplers like the Digitakt, where once you learn the workflow, it's really fast to just kind of mess around and really destroy and mangle things that you already have created. Obviously, you can do this on any sampler, but I did it on the Digitakt because I brought it with me for a little weekend trip, and it was a fun exercise when I didn't end up liking the beat that I was working on. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.